So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up. January 1st, I will be sworn in as the mayor of New York City.
January will begin everybody's term.
You won't believe what just went down. Hollywood can't stop talking. New York can't stop celebrating. And the entire internet can't stop replaying it. This isn't just another political headline. This is the kind of story that explodes overnight and takes over every feed, every group chat, every talk show segment. Because this time, politics didn't just make history. It became entertainment. At the center of it all is Zohran Mamdani, the man who just flipped the script on New York City. At only 34 years old, Zohran didn't just win the mayoral race. He redefined what victory looks like. He's officially the youngest person to ever lead the country's largest city in over a century, and the first Muslim mayor in New York's long, unpredictable history. It's the kind of milestone that feels overdue, but also unbelievable. And if you think this was just another campaign, think again. This wasn't some carefully managed press run with corporate sponsors and sound bites. This was a firestorm. A loud, passionate, chaotic wave of energy that took over the streets, the screens, and the system itself. Because Zohran didn't campaign like a politician. He campaigned like a New Yorker. He spoke the language of the people, direct, emotional, raw. He didn't shy away from hard truths. He embraced them. He didn't hide behind PR talking points. He walked through neighborhoods, looked people in the eyes, and told them exactly what he believed. That's what made him different. And that's why, by the time election night arrived, something felt different too. New York City was vibrating with anticipation. You could feel it in the air, on the trains, in the diners, on the stoops. People who had stopped believing in politics were suddenly paying attention again. And when the final results came in, and Zohran Mamdani's name flashed on every screen, history was made. Cheers erupted across boroughs. Cars honked through the night. Crowds danced in the streets like it was New Year's Eve. But in that moment, with cameras flashing and microphones crowding his face, Zohran didn't deliver a long victory speech. He didn't thank a list of donors. He didn't read off a teleprompter. He simply stepped to the mic, took a breath, and said 4 words that would change everything.
So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up.
That moment, those 4 words, turn the volume up. Simple, sharp, defiant. It was the kind of phrase that doesn't just trend, it sticks. And in seconds, it became a cultural catchphrase. Those words were remixed into TikToks, edited into reels, printed on shirts, and quoted by celebrities. It wasn't just a campaign slogan, it became a challenge. It said, you can try to ignore us, but we're going to make noise anyway. And as the internet lit up, so did television screens, because one person had something to say about it. Someone who's never been afraid to speak her mind, especially when it comes to New York. That next morning, Whoopi Goldberg sat at the table on The View, and her reaction said it all.
January will begin everybody's term.
Yeah.
And that's what we're looking for. And hopefully, they won't have won and then become people who are not listening anymore. This is where we come in. We must remind everybody who won what their job is supposed to be and why you voted for them. And when it's not happening, it is our right as New Yorkers, as Americans, to say what is happening. I gave you my...
That's classic Whoopi. No filters, no fluff, just the truth. She reminded everyone watching that the job doesn't end when the votes are counted. That's when it really begins. Her message hit home. You want to change, now you have to protect it. It wasn't just political commentary, it was wisdom from one of the city's most trusted voices, and her words hit hard. Clips of her takes spread everywhere, from late-night shows to fan accounts. People said it felt like she was handing Zohran the keys to the city, but also reminding him that every New Yorker's watching. It was real, it was powerful, and it set the tone for what came next. Because the moment Whoopi spoke, the celebrity floodgates opened. Actors, comedians, musicians, all jumping online to react. Some cheered, some debated, some just wanted to be part of the conversation. But one thing was certain, Zohran Mamdani wasn't just a name on a ballot anymore, he was a movement. And this was only the beginning. After Whoopi's powerful take, it felt like Hollywood itself was waking up. One by one, big names started chiming in, not with empty hashtags, but with real, hands-on support. Because Zohran Mamdani wasn't just another politician to them. He represented something bigger, a new kind of leadership that blended activism, authenticity, and New York grit. The first major name to step forward was none other than Mark Ruffalo, the man you know as the Hulk, but who off-screen has become one of Hollywood's loudest voices for social and environmental justice. Mark didn't just congratulate Zohran from afar. He joined the campaign in the final stretch. Literally, alongside comedian Ilana Glazer, he picked up the phone and got to work on the ground, volunteering for phone banks, personally calling New Yorkers and urging them to vote. Picture it, Mark Ruffalo, the guy from Marvel, sitting in a crowded community office with headphones on, smiling as he says, "Hi, this is Mark. I'm calling about the election." It's the kind of image that instantly breaks the wall between celebrity and citizen. The kind of moment that makes people think, wow, maybe this really matters. And he wasn't the only one doing it. Soon after, another beloved Hollywood icon stepped into the picture. Wallace Shawn, the unmistakable voice of Rex from Toy Story and the witty brain behind The Princess Bride. At 79 years old, he was spotted in the East Village, handing out flyers, knocking on doors, and talking to voters face-to-face about why they should give Zohran Mamdani a chance. Fans were stunned to see him out there, raincoat on, chatting with New Yorkers like it was second nature. And it worked, because when people saw that kind of dedication, they listened. It showed that this wasn't just politics as usual. This was something people believed in deeply.
Why Mamdani?
We have to move forward. Have to move forward for equality for New Yorkers to make this, again, the greatest city in the world.
Then came Spike Lee, a man who doesn't just make films, he makes statements. Spike is New York through and through, a storyteller, an activist, a visionary. When he spoke about Zohran's victory during an interview with CNN's Victor Blackwell, the moment became instantly iconic. He said it plainly. New York has to move forward, and equality has to be at the center of that progress. That Zohran wasn't just a politician, he was a signal, proof that the city could still surprise itself. Spike's words weren't just commentary, they were a seal of approval. Coming from him, it meant everything. Because Spike Lee's New York is the heartbeat of every story about justice, culture, and resilience. When he said Zohran's win was a step toward making New York great again, not the slogan, but the spirit, people listened. It was a cultural handoff, one generation of storytellers passing the mic to the next. His words echoed across social media. Directors, actors, and everyday fans reshared the clip. People were calling it the speech that captured New York's soul. But what came next would take things from serious to surreal. Enter Ramy Youssef, comedian, actor, and one of the sharpest voices of his generation. Ramy didn't just tweet support, he turned his admiration into comedy. On Saturday Night Live, he brought Zohran Mamdani to the stage in a way no one saw coming.
Hello, everyone. I'm happy to be here, and I'm ready to spend the next hour hearing my opponents pronounce my name in ways you couldn't begin to imagine. And I know some of you are out there scared of the idea of a young socialist Muslim mayor, so allow me to put you at ease by smiling after every answer in a way that physically hurts my face.
Ramy's impression of Zohran was flawless. The suit, the tone, the smile, everything down to the smallest detail. But it wasn't mean-spirited. It was clever, respectful, and full of admiration. It wasn't a parody of a politician. It was a tribute to a moment. The audience couldn't get enough. The sketch exploded online overnight, racking up millions of views. And right after the show, Ramy took it a step further. He FaceTimed Zohran to show him the costume and laugh about it together.
Yo! Is that my tie?
Dude, I mean, it's pretty close. We got the tie, we got the rings.
You got the...
I got the red bracelet. We got the whole thing. I got the red bracelet, the rings, and then, you know, man, we did your smile.
Let me see that.
Oh my god, dude.
This is wild. I can't wait to see it, man.
That video of the two of them laughing, a newly elected mayor and a comedian connecting over a parody, instantly went viral. Fans filled the comments with excitement. "This is the energy politics needs," one said. "Real fun and human." And they were right. It showed the world that you could take politics seriously without losing your joy. Even SNL's Bowen Yang joined in the wave of support. He posted a selfie wearing a Zohran for Mayor t-shirt and captioned it with a simple, heartfelt message about making New York affordable for everyone.
We're so lucky to have Zohran as a candidate. Let's give him all the support he needs. Let's make New York City more affordable for everybody.
By now, the movement was bigger than anyone expected. What had started as a grassroots campaign had officially turned into a pop culture phenomenon. Hollywood wasn't just watching Zohran Mamdani rise, they were helping him climb. From film sets to comedy stages, from activists to A-listers, everyone was finding their own way to be part of the moment. And as the wave of energy continued to spread across the country, one thing became clear. This wasn't just a victory for a city, it was a statement heard around the world. By now, it was official. Zohran Mamdani wasn't just a politician, he had become a movement. Every outlet, from Hollywood gossip pages to political talk shows, was buzzing about him. His face was everywhere, his name in every headline. The story had gone beyond politics. It was about energy, authenticity, and timing. Because somehow this young man from Queens had managed to pull off the impossible, make politics cool again. And as the coverage spread, one thing was clear. This story wasn't slowing down anytime soon. The next wave of support came from someone who knew what it meant to stand up for change in New York City. Cynthia Nixon. The Emmy-winning actress, best known as Miranda Hobbs from Sex and the City, had been a powerful advocate for equality and education for years. She'd even run for governor, so she knew how brutal and exhausting the political world could be. When Cynthia Nixon showed up to cast her early vote, she made her position clear. Zohran Mamdani wasn't just another candidate to her, he was a symbol of progress. She called him brilliant and young, a phrase that instantly trended online. Fans loved it. They said it was like Miranda Hobbs was endorsing the next generation of New York leadership. It was a perfect crossover moment. Hollywood nostalgia meets real-world activism. And just like that, the internet had a new favorite political duo. But then came a twist no one saw coming. Emily Ratajkowski, model, author, and activist, decided to turn her support into something bigger. Instead of a simple Instagram post or tweet, she launched an entire campaign, Hot Girls for Zohran. It was clever, playful, and totally viral. Emily knew her influence. She understood how to turn civic engagement into pop culture. Her video posts had that effortless energy she's known for, mixing empowerment with edge. It wasn't preachy. It was fun, stylish, and loud in all the right ways.
It is Emily Ratajkowski and
Zohran Mamdani.
it's election day today. You need to get to the polls. They're open till 9 p.m. What else do they need to know?
Go to zohranfornyc.com/vote. You can find out where your poll site is. Text your friends and family because we need everybody to come out.
The video she dropped with Zohran, standing side by side, smiling, encouraging people to hit the polls, was everywhere. Within hours, it was reposted across Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Fans jumped in with their own versions, adding music, captions, and edits. It was the kind of campaign moment that didn't just reach voters, it reached everyone. Late-night hosts picked it up, calling it the most 2025 thing ever. They joked that Emily Ratajkowski had somehow turned politics into a fashion statement, but underneath the humor was real admiration. People said she'd made activism accessible again, something to celebrate, not just debate. And it wasn't just Emily. More stars began speaking up. Lupita Nyong'o, the Oscar-winning actress known for her poise and intelligence, revealed that she had known Zohran for years. Her message was soft-spoken but powerful. She said he had the calm of a listener and the drive of a leader. It wasn't just an endorsement. It was a personal reflection from someone who clearly respected him deeply. Lupita's post gave the movement a sense of sincerity that resonated far beyond fan circles. Then came a surprise from across the world. Pop superstar Lorde. She posted on Instagram praising Zohran's crystal-clear vision for a fairer, more caring New York. Even though she wasn't an American voter, her words reached millions. It was a rare moment when global pop culture and U.S. politics collided in harmony. People were calling Zohran the first mayor with international fan support. And it didn't stop there. Screenshots of Lord's post trended, making Zohran's campaign feel like a worldwide phenomenon. But not everyone was celebrating, because while some stars were cheering, others were skeptical. And when 50 Cent, rap legend, businessman, and professional headline magnate, weighed in, the internet exploded. In typical 50 Cent fashion, he didn't hold back. He posted an image of a tombstone with the words RIP-NYC and captioned it, NYC finished. It was sharp, cold, and instantly viral. Within minutes, his post had thousands of comments, some laughing, some furious, all engaged. News outlets jumped on it. Reaction videos popped up. Commentators debated what it meant. Some said it was 50 being 50. Others said it was a warning about how unpredictable the city's politics had become. Either way, everyone was talking. But here's where it got interesting. Zohran didn't take the bait. No snarky replies, no angry posts, no press statement, just silence. And when reporters finally asked him about it, he smiled, leaned toward the mic, and said the same 4 words that had already defined his campaign.
I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up.
Turn the volume up. That was it. 4 words. Confident, grounded, and sharp as ever. And somehow, that short answer said everything. It wasn't defensive, it wasn't petty, it was powerful. Within hours, his response was trending. Fans started using it again as a meme, an edit, a soundtrack. People were tweeting things like, he really said, turn the volume up, and ended the conversation. It became a statement, a symbol of self-control and strength. That moment, right there, was when Zohran Mamdani officially crossed over. He wasn't just a politician anymore. He was a cultural figure, a voice of the people, standing firm in his own rhythm. And as the reactions kept rolling in, it was clear. Zohran wasn't just winning. He was setting the tone for a whole new era of political storytelling. By sunrise, Zohran Mamdani was everywhere. Every network had his face on the screen. Every social feed had his quote. And every entertainment outlet had found a way to tie his name to Hollywood's biggest stars. The story had completely taken over the cultural conversation. What started as a local election had turned into a nationwide spectacle. Late-night shows were running skits about him. Podcasts were dissecting his rise, and news anchors were debating whether Zohran Mamdani had just changed politics forever. It wasn't just the win that people couldn't stop talking about. It was how he won. The charisma, the message, the emotion. It all felt different. Commentators began calling him the politician with celebrity energy, a phrase that stuck because it felt true. Fans online started calling him the people's mayor. They weren't just rooting for him, they were invested in him. Because for the first time in a long time, a politician didn't feel out of reach. He didn't sound rehearsed. He didn't act like a brand. He was real. He was relatable. He was human. That's what set Zohran apart. He could walk into a press conference and make it feel like a conversation at a corner cafe. He could speak about policy in a way that sounded like common sense, not political theater. And that ability to bridge the world of everyday people and the spectacle of celebrity made him magnetic. He didn't need to chase cameras. They came to him. His words carried weight, not because they were perfectly crafted, but because they were honest. Even his pauses, his expressions, his laughter, they felt authentic. It reminded people of what politics could be if it stopped pretending to be untouchable. The internet loved him for it. Twitter threads, YouTube tributes, and TikTok edits were popping up faster than anyone could count. Some were funny, others emotional, but all shared one common thread: admiration. He makes me want to care again, one comment said. Another wrote, for once, a politician that sounds like us. Even his critics admitted that he had something special, a kind of confidence that didn't feel fake. He wasn't just part of the system, he was challenging it from the inside. And behind him stood a growing army of famous supporters who had helped make the moment possible. Whoopi Goldberg's heartfelt call for accountability had set the tone. Mark Ruffalo and Alana Glazer's ground-level volunteering gave it heart. Spike Lee's powerful words gave it cultural weight. Rami Youssef's SNL moment gave it humor and soul. Emily Ratajkowski turned civic duty into a movement. Lupita Nyong'o gave it grace and credibility. And Lord, all the way from across the ocean, gave it global reach. Even 50 Cent's harsh criticism had somehow added fuel to the fire, reminding everyone that power never comes without pushback. The truth is, every reaction, every headline, every viral post only made Zohran Mamdani more visible, more interesting, and more unshakable. His ability to handle both love and hate with calm confidence was what turned him from a politician into a cultural figure. He was suddenly being talked about in the same breath as entertainers, activists, and innovators, not because he was chasing fame, but because he had something fame couldn't buy: authenticity. The craziest part? He was still just getting started. Zohran had gone from borough rallies to international headlines, from local debates to fan-made highlight edits, from being the underdog with impossible odds to becoming the face of modern political culture. And through it all, he never seemed fazed. No scandals, no media meltdowns, just steady focus and a quiet belief in the people who believed in him. That's why his story hit so hard, because for once, it didn't feel like politics. It felt like possibility. It felt like a reminder that leadership doesn't have to be cold or calculated or distant. It can be passionate, artistic, creative, even joyful. It can look like the people it represents. This was the moment when the world realized Zohran Mamdani wasn't just leading New York. He was redefining what it meant to lead at all. Because when you mix activism, art, and authenticity, you don't just win elections, you spark revolutions. And that's exactly what this felt like. A cultural revolution unfolding in real time. The city was watching, Hollywood was watching, and Zohran, he was still smiling, still calm, still centered, ready for whatever came next. He stood there one more time before a roaring crowd and a wall of cameras and delivered the same line that had carried him from an unknown candidate to the most talked about name in America. Turn the volume up. 4 words: sharp, proud, defiant. It wasn't just a catchphrase anymore. It was an identity, a promise, a challenge. It meant keep speaking, keep showing up, keep believing that the people's voices can still shake the system. And whether you agreed with him or not, you couldn't deny one thing. Zohran Mamdani had changed the game. He blurred the line between politics and pop culture, between message and movement, between mayor and myth. And as the city lights flickered in celebration and the world kept watching, one thing was certain: this story was just getting started. Because here on Pop Juice Exposed, we don't just cover the news. We watch history unfold, frame by frame, headline by headline. And trust me, whatever comes next, it's going to be even louder than this.